Chelsea, a couple trends here. The Niners are 5-1 against the number in their last 6 following a straight-up loss. The Rams are 4-1 against the number in their last 5 Monday games. But the thing that keeps standing out to me is that in the last 5 meetings between these two teams, the Rams are 0-5. The Niners have owned this series when we're talking against the number. And because of that, and because Jimmy G has been very successful, do you realize that Jimmy G, in his lifetime, make sure I get this right, 6-0 all time against the Rams. Jimmy G never lost against the Rams as a starter. So because of those things, again, I'm going to lean Niners here and the under.
I don't know. I feel like we talk about this on the show sometimes as well. Not all trends are predictive. And yes,
True.
You're right that the Niners have had the Rams number. But if you play the same strategy going to the NFC Championship game, you would have lost, I believe. Mm-hmm. It depends on what that number was. But the Rams won that game outright. So I don't know. I feel like this is a really tough one for me to decide on a side. But I'm still going to go with my gut here and go with the Rams just because I think that Trent Williams injury is going to be a big one. Jenks, there's a prop that we were just talking about, peer pressure. If somebody can even give me a gentle nudge in this direction, I think I might play it. So we're talking about the Rams and Ben Skoranek. I think I am saying his name correctly. He is a fullback for the Rams, coming off a big game in which he had 66 receiving yards. So I think his receiving prop is 31 yards. They've been talking about how dynamic he's been in this offense and the fact that he's a fullback and he can make these great blocks and tackles. It makes me think that he's going to be on the field more. But again, when we're talking about these players where there's not a huge sample size, it's tough because maybe he has 0 catches.
So are you going to be on one of those props? You are more of a prop player than I am. We talked about props earlier in the show.
Sometimes I think there is value in taking these off the board players when their receiving props are set really low. It was the same deal with, who was it? Noah Brown for the Cowboys. So I'm just trying to find those like under the radar players that maybe you can cash just because the receiving total is set so low. It's 31.5.